Hello everyone, welcome back. Listen, I have tried some things over the past, I don't know, I guess year, but I'm like, oh, and more so recently, one product in particular pushed me over the edge. I was like, I need to say something about this. So we are looking at some products today. I'm gonna de-influence you, which is basically what people are calling just an honest negative review. So I have 4 products in particular that I'm gonna talk about today, which are just like, you know what, don't bother. And I'm also gonna give you an alternative that you can use that I'm sure will give you better results. Before we get into it, do please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment for the algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, just comment algorithm. Let's talk about this monstrosity of a setting spray. This horrible, vulgar, should have been left in the 80s setting spray. Not that it was around in the 80s. I'm sorry, this is hairspray in a can. Not just the smell, and not necessarily even the ingredients, but let me explain myself, right? The smell of this, first up, I'm gonna spray some on my hand, is like hairspray. Imagine it's Elnet. It smells just like Elnet. You know when a really like classy person walks past and they just reek of Elnet? You're like, yeah, that's what that smells like. Not only that, it's not the best really at holding on your foundation. You know me and setting sprays, I don't believe in them I don't believe in them as a final touch. I believe in them as primers in general. But the way this sits on the skin is exactly how I would imagine a layer of hairspray to sit on the skin. Like you can't breathe. And I can actually show you on my hand now. The texture, I will show you the texture, right? Okay, here we go. Look, first we can see, this is just on my hand, but you can see it leaves this shiny, almost like scaly. Look at that. Like you can see where it is. You can just see it. And it's still hanging around. I'm still eating it. It's just horrendous. No wonder people have some luck with this, because it shouldn't be on your face. I really don't feel like this should be on your face. There are stronger setting sprays that I feel do work, like the Kryolan one, for example, that don't smell like this, that don't feel like this. It's just very old-fashioned. It's like they had loads of like hairspray left over, L'Oreal, from the 80s, and they're like, you know what, repackage that, send it out as setting spray. It's still in the air. How is it? And I have a fan on that's blowing. How is it? How am I eating it still? Awful, terrible, disgusting. If you have problems with your foundation staying on your skin or makeup in general, it is my belief, and some of you would have heard this a lot already, that what breaks down your makeup is your oil, right? If we had no oils in our skin, if our skin didn't act like skin, our foundation would last a really long time. Oils come through your skin and break it down. So no matter what you put on top of your face, that layer of hairspray, it's not stopping your oils from coming through. You need a barrier between your skin and your foundation to reduce the impact of that oil. Now, I wouldn't like to build anything on top of this L'Oreal setting spray because it is so textured and so dry. I think it would make your foundation look horrible and patchy and nasty. But if you still want something, I have 2 options for you instead of this. And as setting sprays, use them afterwards if you want to, and as primers. The first one is the Mua Academy Pro Base Fixing Longwear Spray. This one is much nicer. Give it a shake. It's much more of a finer mist. Doesn't smell like crap. It actually smells like cucumber a bit, but it won't give your skin that horrible. You can see it on my look. It looks like I've put a patch of glue on my hand. It's awful. Last step after all your skincare, right before your foundation, slather your face in it. Sorry if you can hear the washer in there. Slather your face in it. Dry it with a fan. Let it settle onto the skin, and then go with your foundation. You then have a barrier that's going to protect your foundation, slow down that production of oil. That is so loud, I'm so sorry. The other choice that would be a little bit more expensive would be the One Size Until Dawn spray. This is incredible. Tried and tested by me with my oily skin, with tinted moisturizers, foundations. Honestly, it hurts. It's so tight. You can see, look. Same again, use it before your foundation, use a little bit after if you want, but this is perfect, perfection. Not only, right, is this gonna hang around your face and smell like absolute crap, but it's gonna be on your your beard, your clothes, if it's your last step and you've got dressed, and it just smells like hairspray. No point in wearing fragrance because it's outdone by L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. Our next disappointment, I can't even find it. I'm gonna have to, this is the box. I'll put it on the screen. The Disney Beauty and the Beast Colourpop palette, it was just the most disappointing thing ever. Now listen, if you're going to do a collaboration with something as loved as a Disney movie, then I really, that's nostalgic for a lot of people in the age group of your audience, right? It was my first VHS. My first VHS was Beauty and the Beast. Do something where you really think about the movie, the names, the shades, the swatches. Besame Cosmetics, for example, go into the archives when they do a Disney collection. They look at all the original things. They take color and inspiration from that. MAC did a villains collection. They do some Disney collections, and they do some, actually the Cinderella one was shit, but they do some quite good color references, I guess. This looked like Colourpop had a load of spare neutrals laying around, and they pop them into this palette. Don't get me wrong, right? The rest of the collection, beautiful. The highlighter, the lipstick and the gloss, beautiful. I did film a reel, but I deleted it because it's me using the products, and they are really nice. Just the palette, even the textures in the palette, really nice. They're just extremely underwhelming in terms of color. And I feel like if you're going to buy this, very rarely would it just be someone looking at it being like, that's a nice neutral, I'll get that. A lot of the time it's going to be a Disney fan, a Beauty and the Beast fan, a Belle fan, you know what I mean? And you want some inspiration and be like, you know, that's the color from this, that's this, that's this. So if you want that I'm sorry, all I can taste is that setting spray. So if you want that excitement from a product, if you want that excitement of like, oh my god, this is so Disney-like, I would suggest Mad Beauty. Mad Beauty and their collections in general, so fun. And they have a Belle palette. They actually have one for all the princesses, and they are just like, you can look at it and be like, yeah, that's a princess, that's this princess. You know who it is. It's embossed or debossed with images, pictures on the shadows, and it's a lot more that experience of that movie. You know, I think a lot of the time they've just done it better, and they do a lot of things really well. But when it comes to like a Disney collection, they do it superbly. Even Sigma had this beautiful Beauty and the Beast collection, which I can't find now, but the colors were much more inspirational, I guess we could say. This is a warning, right? When people say patch test a product, take it seriously, especially when they are like, this isn't about the Colourpop palette anymore, especially when it's a product that changes your image, you know, or something like that. I want to talk about this. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross, oh my god, I don't have a name, Plump and Repair Lip Treatment. Holy shit. Treatment what? Where was the treatment bit? I use this, right? It's not the most stingy plumper or anything like that. It doesn't hurt, and I'm quite weak with plumpers, lip plumpers, spicy foods. It just felt fine. It was absolutely fine. And actually, when it first went on the lip, beautiful, really nice. Now here's where I should have patch tested, and I would applaud you, and I would suggest you do the same. I think this was kind of a trend of people trying this online, but do a patch test, because I used it. I'll see if I can find the footage I sent to my brother, because I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do? Because it became a skincare issue. I used it all my lips, and then it kind of like, it wasn't smudged everywhere. I didn't touch the rest of my face, nothing like that. I know better than to put on a plumping product with the applicator. I didn't use any of my finger, and I just left it there and let it do its thing. It got all itchy down here, all red and raised. It looked horrendous. So I'll put the footage in here. It got worse on this. It got redder and redder and redder. Look at my lips. What do? I just use a plumping thing, and it's like, I didn't get it on my skin. Look. It's itchy and it's all red. I haven't scratched it, but I want to look. Luckily, by the end of the day, that did clear out and it wasn't like that anymore. But it was a lot of extra stuff happening for not much. My lips didn't really plump up that much. I just got really red and I was itchy. It really wasn't worth the, what's the word? The horror of that. What I would suggest instead is this from COSRX. So this is the Lip Plump AHA BHA Vitamin C Lip Plumper. Now, evidently my lips are very sensitive, right? Plumpers don't work on them. I can use a lip balm and then remove it and my lips will be crusty for a week. Something is going on in this lip department, right? So I thought I would give this a go. I like COSRX because they're very skincare based. This lip plumper is stunning. It's a tiny bit spicy, but not stingy. It doesn't sting. And you can see I've gone quite far into it now. I use it with like a little brush, a little lip brush. It does have a tingle, but it truly smooths out your lips and it doesn't make them red. Again, a lot of you may know, I hate red lips on me. I hate the redness in my lips. If I could tattoo them flesh, I would have flesh color lips. You know what I mean? And then add a color of my choosing. It doesn't make your lips bright red. You don't get this weird red hoop around your lips. It is just, actually, you know what? I'll put it on to show you. So get a little brush like this. Anything that's flat. Like I can feel like a tiny tingle now, but it's not like, I'm not like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know what I mean? It's manageable. So just leave that on there for a little bit, let it do its thing. I will leave this down below for you. I got mine from Yes Style. If anyone wants anything from Yes Style, I do have a discount code. I've been affiliated with them for years and years. They just have some of the most incredible products on there. I'll link it down below. I also have a discount code there as well for you. And I would actually suggest taking a look at their lip masks as well, because they are really, really good. So this is a brand that always gets me. This is a little bit skincare-y now. This is a brand called Starrr. And they do the most incredible, I'll show you, pimple patches. And you may have seen them quite a lot. They're like, you can see I use them, like these star ones, right? And they do these refillable packages like this. I've got these Hello Kitty ones. I've got Elmo. I actually have a few of them because the packaging got me, right? Don't get me wrong, these aren't the worst. I don't find they have the same impact as a lot of pimple patches I have used. And I think that they aren't as is as intense, you know when you have a pimple, you want to put a pimple patch on, you want to see all that shit in the pimple patch and peel it off and look at it and be like, oh my God, my pimple's flat. I don't find these do that, the Starrr ones. I think they are it's almost like a more gentler version, if that makes sense. And the thing is as well, right? Imagine one time I ordered food. This isn't an issue, this is just a story. One time I ordered food, came to the door, Elmo was all over my face and I completely forgot. So that was great. And I'm not 100% sure how to describe it, but it just doesn't do the same thing for me that other pimple patches do. So what I would suggest instead is Zitsticka. They are a little bit pricier, but they are incredible. And I have been using them for years. I'm just gonna blot off this lip plumper because that's what I usually do. And then I'll put on a lip product. Easy peas, I'm not in pain, I don't have a rash. Yeah, Zitsticka. So I've been using them for years and years and years and years and years. They're pimple patches and the dark spot patches. Incredible. You want a spot, guaranteed, gone overnight, Zitsticka. Beautiful. Peace Out is an incredible one. Also, they're the original I used to use when I lived in Florida and they weren't available in the UK. I'll go to Sephora and stack up on those. The nose ones, the forehead ones, and the pimple ones. Also, Rose and Beauty do this treatment, which is, again, overnight, pimple gone. Even the Zitsticka and the Peace Out one, you can wear them for like 2 hours and take it off and it's like, you're good to go. I just feel like the Starrr ones are like a gentle version. You know what I mean? Like it's not that the other ones are harsh. I just feel like maybe they're not strong enough for me, for my pimples. So as cute as they look, you know, with the little patches everywhere, they aren't the best. Okay, so that was a little go through some products that I haven't had the best time with. Let me know down below if there's anything you have purchased where you're like, you know what, instant regret. I prefer this other version. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Do consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.